Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. I hope everyone is doing great. I just want to say that content's been slowing down a little bit because I've been back at work full time in the office, so I've been trying to balance everything. But don't worry, I'm here, I'm not going anywhere, and I can't wait to continue making great Star Wars content for you guys. Thanks for sticking around with me for one whole year. So in lieu of the appearance of Black Chrysanthemum in the Book of Boba Fett, I'm deciding to talk a little bit more about the other bounty hunters and people who had notable interactions with Boba Fett prior to the show. So for this video, we're going to be taking a look at the relationship between Bayler Valance and Boba Fett, and one of their more notable interactions together. Per the Star Wars Bounty Hunters comic series, Valance and Boba Fett were working together on an assassination mission. During the mission, the attempt is botched by Nakano Lash's morality, where she saves the target from certain death, betraying the person who purchased the assassination. Valance is shocked by the action, while Boba is enraged. And while Valance ponders why and is focusing on escaping, Boba Fett is clearly angry because his mission was botched and his reputation tarnished. Now, just a quick note in Valance's appearance, he was in a terrible accident during his time in the Imperial Navy as a TIE pilot. So essentially, he was left so damaged that he needed emergency surgery to repair him. And to repair him back to a working state, they essentially had to incorporate loads of cybernetics. Some of them even include modifications, with modifications down the line that would go on to make him more lethal. Now at this point, it's pretty clear that Boba Fett is still more so focused on money and reputation than anything else, which is a stark contrast and difference from the Boba Fett we get in the Book of Boba Fett television series, where he seems to be a changed man after his second lease on life. So at this junction we see here, the two are seemingly now at odds with each other. So from here on out in the series, Valance, Boba, and a host of other bounty hunters are rushing to find Nakano Lash, for reasons both personal to bounty related. It's clear that Boba has a bounty to settle, whereas Valance is looking to protect Nakano Lash and her interests. So during the Star Wars Bounty Hunter series, Boba Fett and Valance do meet again and do duke it out, only to eventually part ways by some sort of plot mechanism. However, as time passes by, the two are linked again in Marvel's huge Star Wars crossover event known as the War of the Bounty Hunters comic series, where you see a host of characters make a huge crossover, from the Bounty Hunters to Darth Vader to Dr. Aphra, and everyone you could really think of in the current comic run. During the War of the Bounty Hunters comic run, Boba Fett's trying to retain Han Solo's carbonite case for Jabba the Hutt, who he's performing the bounty for. You see, at some point during the comic series, Boba actually loses carbonate casing containing Han Solo, and there's literally a huge war between bounty hunters over who's going to get the prized possession, as it's extremely valuable, and probably the most valuable asset to bounty hunters at that current time in the Star Wars universe. Valance, on the other hand, is trying to save Han and repay him a long debt of friendship from their time together in the Imperial ranks. Boba and Valance agree there is no alternative but to work together, because they have to go against the Hutts and they have to go against the Empire in order to retain Han Solo. As they board an Imperial Star Cruiser in search of Han, Boba actually betrays Valance for his own self-interest in completing his bounty, quite literally tosses a grenade at Valance, essentially killing him, as you can see in this panel right here, where it looks like he was near death, and I was shocked when I read this comic for the first time. So the ending of the story is truly shocking, and we see how the relationship ends, one where Boba leaves him for dead on an Imperial Star Destroyer. If you want to find out more about what happened to Valance after the fact, I highly suggest checking out the Star Wars Bounty Hunters comic series, which is currently out right now. And leave a comment if you want me to elaborate on what happens to Valance after the fact. So guys, tell me, what did you think of Boba Fett killing Valance? And do you think Valance is going to make a comeback in the Book of Boba Fett series? Maybe he's leading the cybernetic gang on Tatooine. It does seem a little coincidental. Definitely let me know your thoughts in the comment below. I personally really hope we get Valance, as I think he's one of the strongest characters in comics right now, and I think he's one of the more intriguing characters based on his backstory as well. Also let me know in the comments below if you want me to do a Who Is video on Bayler Valance. As always, it was a pleasure to make this content for you, and thanks for sticking around. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And remember, the Force will be with you always.